Should you rent or should you buy a house, become a homeowner? At this point, with the interest rates being as high as they are, you could take literally a house, 2020, 2019, let's say prior to COVID, same house, 3 bedroom, 2 bath, what have you, with an interest rate back then of 2.8, right? You might have a mortgage payment of, let's say, you might have $1,500 a month. Same house, fast forward to 4 years later, at 7% interest, 6.8, whatever you can get it for, you're looking at about 3,200. You're looking at about a $1,500, maybe $1,700 more a month mortgage payment for the same piece of property, the same place. I mean, it doesn't get any worse to me. Uh, and most people cannot even, they can barely afford the first version at 2.8%, much less 6.5 or 7% interest rate. And I'm going to tell you right now, when you rent, that's the most you will ever pay per month is your rent. And now if you buy, your mortgage payment is the minimum you will pay per month. The reason why is because you're going to have phantom costs. You have maintenance costs. You have HOA fees. You have this, you have that. If I rent and anything goes wrong, I don't pay for anything. If the AC goes out, the front door needs fixing, you have a leak, yada, yada, yada. It doesn't matter. They pay for everything. So there are pros and cons with home ownership. I'm not putting down people that buy a house. I'm saying at this point in time and age, with inflation being high and interest rates being high, buying a house isn't in your cards probably. And it's not in mine. And I'm not buying it at this point. God forbid if you get an adjustable rate mortgage, it's just going to go up. So you don't want to mess with that. If you're going to get anything, get a fixed rate. But at this point, I would say renting is one of your best bet. If the difference, like let's say that you could have bought a house back in the day for $1,500 a month and now it's costing around $3,000. If you get a 7% interest rate, I would take that difference if you have that kind of money and invest it in the market and put it in a high dividend paying stock or something like that, or an REIT or something like that. So invest that money. I mean, because at this point, if you just if you're just giving it to the bank, you're just throwing money away. Renting at this point beats owning. At this point, it does. As far as putting your money in savings, I mean, you do have to have an emergency fund. I'll give you that part. 3 to 6 months emergency fund ready to go. But at the same time, your money's not doing you anything in a savings account, but you do need it sitting there in case something happens. So I understand that. But renting right now trumps home ownership. So I know we have the American dream that they've pushed for the last 50, 60 years. You know, you got to buy a house, the white picket fence. But you have to also look at it logically. You have to look at it from a standpoint, you know, do an analysis. Does this make sense? And never, ever buy more than you can afford. And that's why a lot of people are not selling their properties. They're locked into a low 2.8% interest rate mortgage. They're not letting it go. So we call those accidental landlords. These folks are going ahead and renting out their property, but then they're buying a house still, which I don't know if I would ever do that unless my job or something took me somewhere. But at this point, rent. Trust me, you'll do far better. Okay, you'll be able to buy later, and you'll save a lot of money at this point. I'll talk to you guys later.